Pick your mans up.
And just because people used to come through shooting at us every day. And this block, words can't even explain, man. Can't even explain.
Yeah, man.
Little School Valley, 051 Young Money.
Young Money, man. They in the building.
600 boy, LA, man. LA Capone, man. Get it to him, man. OC2 boys, man.
Number 9, man. Number 9, the shooter, you hear me?
Hey, bitch, little bitch. Yeah. Fuck is wrong with you? Hey, I am Brick Squad. Brick Squad, boy. Fuck is you talking about, boy?
You have to be willing to die or go to jail for 100 years if that's the lane that you're stepping in. You have to understand that whether you 15, 16, you got to think like a man. You know what I'm saying?
So don't be in it. Oh, you're not? Why does everybody say you're only 16 years old?
They say what they want to say.
How old
How old are you?
300.
The Story of BayZoo, Part 2. Now we have come to Part 2 of the story of BayZoo from THF46. In Part 1 we ended with the beginning of the war between 051 Young Money and THF, with early killings such as Lil Chief, Lil Tony, Black and T Streets. In this part we will go through everything from 2013 to 2017. Enjoy. We will start this part with Zoo's third alleged body, which was actually his first alleged body on 051 Young Money. I'm referring to the murder of 051 Ario's sister, Big A, who was gunned down on November 14, 2013. Big A had a reputation for being active in the streets, allegedly serving as a driver on multiple hits, and was a major loss for 051. She was present for the murder of L.A. Capone and allegedly multiple other shootings. Her run came to an end when she was shot and killed at a gas station, allegedly by BayZoo and Gucci Demanis from THF. Big A was gunned down on November 14, 2013, at a gas station located on the 6600 block of South Stony Island Avenue. According to a witness, she was walking down the street when she saw someone pull up next to a car at the gas station and fire 3 shots through the driver's side window. She described the vehicle as a dark-colored car, noting that it sped out of the gas station immediately after the shooting. The witness said all 3 bullets went directly through the driver's side window near the side view mirror, and she saw the victim slumped over inside the car almost immediately. Shortly after the shooting, police were called to the scene. When they arrived, they found Big A slumped over in the driver's seat, unresponsive. Emergency medical personnel rushed him to Strodger Hospital, but despite their efforts, Big A, whose real name was Amanda Fitch, was pronounced dead about an hour after the shooting. He was only 24 years old at the time of his death. In July 2014, while Big A's brother Ario was locked up in Cook County, he requested to speak with investigators regarding the murder of his sister. During the conversation, Ario said he had recently been on the phone with a person named BayBay. According to Ario, BayBay admitted to taking action, and when Ario asked if it involved Big A, BayBay reportedly responded, On Gutta, on my son, I whacked her big ass, claiming he shot Big A through a fence at a gas station. Investigators later requested BayBay's phone numbers, but Ario said he couldn't remember them and that his mother had the information and would provide it. According to documents, neither Ario nor Big A's mother ever gave the phone numbers to police. It remains unclear whether BayBay, or Zoo, as he was sometimes called, was ever questioned regarding Big A's murder. No arrests or charges were made against Zoo or Gucci in connection with the killing. Court documents indicate that other individuals, whose names are redacted, were considered suspects in the murder. While the identities remain unknown, it is widely speculated that Gucci or Zoo may have been involved. Another notable detail involves Rockhead from 051 Young Money, who was allegedly with Big A at the time of the shooting, either in the car or inside the gas station store. This fact reportedly angered members of 051, as some believed Rockhead had betrayed Big A and possibly sold her out to THF, adding tension and distrust within the set in the aftermath of her death. Big A was actually a big score for Zoo and THF even though she was a female. K.I. from STL/EBT has long been touted as the toughest and most dangerous female gang member in Chicago, but it has been built on a lot of exaggeration and lies. However, Big A was actually involved in many shootings and was present for at least one murder. Even BayZoo himself told Melly in a live stream that Big A had more heart than most of the other 051 members. Even Tay from 600 has highlighted Big A as a problem.
I don't know who the fuck people keep talking about K.I. like she was just out here like, you want to know who people make K.I. sound like? Big A. And I ain't talking about Big A from O Block. I'm talking about the dyke Big A from Young Money. Like that little dyke bitch, like she was trying to do some shit. You feel me? That's why when she got caught, motherfucker did her like they did her. You feel me? But other than that, man, motherfucker did. K.I., you feel me? Like she was one of them people that.
As you all know, BayZoo was a major figure within the music group and street alliance known as OTF. Because of that, it's important to understand how OTF was formed and how Zoo became involved early on through his standing in THF46 and his close friendship with Lil Durk and other well-known Lamron members. OTF was formed around 2010 by Lil Durk, Chief Wook, and Lil Varney from Lamron. The abbreviation had two meanings. Publicly and for the media, it stood for only the family. But within the streets, among members, it originally meant only Trey folks. In its early days, OTF functioned as a BD alliance stretching from the east side to the low end, with the stated goal of rebuilding and reclaiming some of the former influence tied to the Randolph Towers era. The name itself dates back to the 1990s, originating from BDs in the Calumet buildings. Despite later claims and bravado, none of the modern figures actually created the term. They revived and rebranded it. Early figures associated with the OTF movement included Lil Durk, Chief Wook, and Lil Varney representing Lamron on 300, Deet Hang from Dog Pound, Icky and J Money from A Block, and OTF Banks, the younger brother of Mabuk Rump, representing Dro City. BayZoo was not an original founding member. However, over time, he became one of OTF's most important and respected figures. What makes Zoo's position especially interesting is that, despite OTF being rooted in BD alliances, Zoo was not originally BD, he was MC. That dynamic added another layer to his rise within the group.
How did OTF even get started? What was the inspiration behind that even get started?
It was like
You know what I'm saying? Growing up in, like I say, like everybody from their own separate blocks, but we all family. Like the Calumet building, that's where it all went down. That's where everybody used to meet up before they go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like I said, it probably was like 2004, 2005. I believe it was 2004 when the feds came around my dad. So man, they took like 45 of the guys. So it was all our daddies, you know what I'm saying? All the young niggas that was with me, it was all our daddies and shit, like Reese, you know what I'm saying? Me, Reese, Vernie, J-Rock, like it was a handful of us, but it was basically all our daddies that was from the Calumet building, you know what I'm saying? We had to stick it together because it was like everybody knew, like, dude and them all got locked up, so I guess they thought it was shake that ass time, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers just got to walking through our shit out the blue and niggas posting up out there and shit, knowing damn well, motherfucking before March 4th came, wasn't none of this going on. So, we was in the park one day. We all up there playing ball. I'm talking about like 30 or something. We all up there playing ball and shit. And some niggas, I ain't gonna speak on no name, but niggas came up to the park deep as hell, right? They knowing that folks in them high just went to jail. They right there. They come up to the park deep as hell. And like, man, Joe, y'all been on the court for a minute, man. We want to run one. Type shit. Really on some tough shit. Man, we 13. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And man, we wanna hoop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta go and get off the court. So, you know, me being me, I'm standing my ground like shit, nigga. We finna finish playing this game. Y'all just gonna wait till we get you playing this game, or shit, we gonna rock out how we rock out. Man, them niggas took our ball and shot that motherfucker. Nigga took the ball and shot the ball, man. So I'm like, damn, these niggas, you know, 13, we ain't really thinking about no motherfucking guns. We popping willies on bikes and, you know what I'm saying, catch a girl, freak a girl type shit. These niggas shot our ball. So we end up marching back to the Calumet building and shit. It probably was like a good 25 of the guys left out there. Like, that motherfucker was so dry, man. We marched down there like, man, Joe Dude and them just got down on us, took our balls and shit, man. So they like, man, what? We end up marching back up there. These niggas up there still. Now we marching down King Drive, deep as hell. We get up there and shit. They figure oh no, he ain't nothing like that, you know. They see Big Dog and they come up there. Oh no, he ain't nothing like that, man. You know, we didn't pay for the ball. We didn't know who they was and yada yada yada. But make a long story short, I really started that shit on some like I wasn't really no friendly ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, shit. If niggas ain't my family, I ain't fucking with niggas. Like, only niggas I'm fucking with is the family. You feel? Like, that eliminate all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, man, we OTF, man. That's how we coming, man. Only the family. If niggas ain't family, that's how it started rocking out. Shit, we all in Bessie Ross, Dulles, James McCosh, we fucking Robeson, Happard. Man, we OTF. You know what I'm saying? That's how everybody knew us by hand. We was always fly as hell. You remember back then they had the motherfucking the fusion mics and all that shit with the bow straps. Like, we was always fresh as hell, so we always stood out. Motherfuckers knew who we was, but we was young. We was young as hell. We 13, 14, but we standing on our 10, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit ended up coming about, but like,
as mentioned, OTF originally meant only Trey folks internally, but Lil Durk understood that the street-based meaning wouldn't translate well into mainstream branding. He redefined it publicly as only the family, which later became the name of his record label, officially launched in 2012. The OTF movement truly gained momentum on May 5, 2013, when Lil Durk released the music video for Dis Ain't What You Want, a track he had recorded in his basement and first dropped on April 22, 2013. At that time, OTF had grown into a powerful alliance consisting of hundreds of BDs across the city and played a major role in BD politics. The "Dis Ain't What You Want" video was packed with recognizable faces. Appearances included OTF Nusky, Mubba Crump, D-Thang, Rondo Number 9, Lil Varney, BayZoo, Chubbs, Polo, Chief Wook, J-Rock, BJ, Day Day, Bobo, Lil And, Abub, King Louie, OJ, and many more. The visual was so stacked with prominent figures that it rivaled the star power seen in 30 Choppas by Boss Top and Lil Durk. OTF operated more as an alliance than a strict top-down hierarchy, but its structure was built on a misunderstanding of how modern street politics actually functioned. Instead of unified leadership, internal egos and personal loyalties often dictated moves. Small conflicts began piling up, including an incident at Adriana's where Lil Durk was nearly robbed by Bobo. The situation was reportedly diffused only when OTF Banks pulled a gun on Bobo and his crew, preventing it from escalating further. By late 2013, tensions had grown worse, marking the beginning of a serious fracture within OTF. One of the biggest turning points came after the fallout between Chief Keef and Lil Durk. In July 2013, Durk expected Keef to post his bond, but Keef refused. At the time, Keef was dealing with multiple child support cases and possible financial strain, yet Durk viewed the refusal as betrayal. What followed were robberies and shootings. Members of 46 were allegedly involved in robbing Keef, which reportedly triggered retaliation from Capo and Benji Glow. The divide deepened, and most of Keef's camp gradually distanced themselves from OTF, even though many had already gotten OTF tattoos during the height of the alliance. A week later, another incident intensified the tension. Lamron Pluto was killed by Ivory from Dro City, who was affiliated with Timb. Many within 300/OTF blamed Timb for the killing, and in response, several members reportedly had their firearms confiscated internally as a form of discipline to prevent further escalation. The situation eventually cooled when Lil Law from Lamron stepped in, reminding everyone that they shared common enemies and that internal conflict would only weaken them. Even so, the damage had been done. The fallout ultimately led to Timb officially distancing itself from the OTF affiliation, marking a clear shift in the alliance's structure and unity. THF eventually flipped to BD, partly as a strategic move to formally bring 46 into the OTF alliance despite its mixed affiliations. This had long been rumored, but it was later confirmed during a live session with Melly. The shift wasn't just symbolic, it reflected how deeply intertwined THF had become with OTF's structure and politics. At the same time, THF began heavily targeting Dro City. Contrary to popular belief, it wasn't primarily because of online disses from Crump or broader tensions with 051, it centered around Melly. Melly had allegedly been directly responsible for the killing of Chino and multiple shootings involving 46 members, all while reportedly moving through Dro City without consequence. There were behind-the-scenes conversations between THF and some of Dro City's older figures in an attempt to address the situation, but nothing changed in practice. With no resolution and Melly continuing to operate freely, THF chose retaliation. In December of that year, Louis was shot in the head. The incident was severe enough that he ultimately left Chicago and distanced himself from street life altogether. BayZoo actually later referenced this in a live session when speaking about Melly's impact and the damage caused during that period. Crump's dissing also evolved over time. What may have started as personal disputes and ego-driven back and forth escalated significantly after THF shot Louis and killed Kurt Mack. From that point forward, Crump became a serious threat. He was known for riding alongside Melly and was considered one of the few consistently willing to slide. Despite speculation online, it has since been confirmed that Crump was specifically targeted at that party by BayZoo, not because of tweets or internet antics, but because of his real involvement in the ongoing street conflict. We'll dive deeper into the fallout within OTF later in the story, but this background is important to understand how alliances shifted, how personal grudges overlapped with larger politics, and how the internal fractures began to reshape everything moving forward.
Look, I'm only OTF KBD, bro. Like, I fuck with some BDs. If you ain't OTF, then I fuck with you. You feel me? Or, like my nigga J-Rock just said, the real OTF. Because I just saw one of the BDs at the club. Like, he say them niggas fool. So, if it's a real OTF and it's a fake OTF. Like, Wook them the real OTF because Wook started OTF. Like, Dirk a rapper. Y'all see Wook don't fuck with none of they goofy ass. Like, on some real shit, if y'all want to follow some real shit, go fuck with Wook. Like, he started OTF. So y'all fucking with the entertainer. Like, Wook started OTF. He like one of the motherfuckers who started OTF. Dirk ain't started no motherfucker OTF. Like, I fuck with Wook cool. Bernie a bitch, though. Bernie a bitch. And he in that chat for a reason. Because his ass a goofy. On phone now.
BayZoo had a long and complicated history with Mabu Crump. In the beginning, they were genuinely close. At the time, Dro City and OTF were on good terms, and Crump had strong relationships within that circle. He was cool with Lil Durk and several others from the camp. And when I say they were friends, it wasn't just industry ties, they were really around each other. There are old videos of Crump and Zoo riding through a block together and hanging out regularly. That closeness is also why Crump later knew so much about Zoo and OTF's internal business. But everything shifted on May 26, 2013, in Davenport, Iowa. That night, a massive brawl broke out involving OTF, GBE, and Mabu. What started as tension turned into a physical altercation, and it marked the beginning of serious friction between the camps. Before that incident, all three crews had been on solid terms. Crump, who was from Snow Block, was tight with THF46 and OTF and even appeared in the This Ain't What You Want video. At that time, there was a sense of unity across multiple sets, including Temp, GBE, Mabu, THF46, OTF, 300, Daytown, Lamron, O-Block, 600, and Front Street. Dirk had collaborated multiple times with King Louis from Mabu, and there was mutual respect between the movements. Before getting into the details of the actual fight in Iowa, it's important to understand what Mabu represented, their history, and how they were connected to other gangs. That background matters, especially considering that years later, BayZoo would ultimately go on to kill Crump.
Oh yeah, I fuck with the Jig Dogs heavy. The Jig Dogs robbed BayBay. And on my soul, on Sajo grave, BayBay saw the niggas and didn't do nothing. Talking about, let me see your pipe. Boy, I'm not letting you see my pipe to do nothing to folks now. That shit dead. Goofy. Where your gun at, Goofy? Not letting you see my pipe to go shoot at folks. Them niggas, he like, they robbed me, boy, I don't get no fuck. That's the guys. That's what Tay told his ass. Those the guys. He was blue. I'm hungry as hell. Oh, the breakfast shit. Fake shit going on. This ain't fake though. That motherfucker ain't fake, man.
That's how we ride.
That ain't fake, man. Get your goof ass out the car. You goof ass nigga. Get your goofy bitch ass out the car. You fucking goofy. You goofy bitch ass.
Mabu, short for Man Up Band Up, is a movement founded by King Louis, who is from Dro City. That's why Crump, who was from Snow Block, called himself Mabu Crump. It tied him directly to Louis's movement while still representing his own block. Originally, Dro City wasn't just one set but an alliance of multiple neighborhoods. It included Timbo 65, BNCO 64, Mac Creek, Saw Block, and D Block on 66th and Ingleside. To some extent, Hood Gang 067 Blackstone was also connected to this alliance. Dro City itself was named after a teenager known as Dro from BNCO 64, who was shot and killed in early September 2006, allegedly by Cranktown. Before Dro's death, the area was commonly known as BNC, Bar None Crazy, and Murder Town, both of which were affiliated with the Gangster Disciples. Even today, some members still claim BNC. Snow Block, similarly, was named after Snow from BNCO 64, who was killed on March 17, 2012. Crump, one of the most well-known members from the area, claimed Snow Block / BNCO 64. Over time, Dro City stopped functioning as a unified alliance. Like many larger umbrella movements, similar to what happened with Motown, internal conflicts and shifting loyalties caused fractures between sets that once operated together. Today, Dro City is more of a geographic label for the area rather than an active alliance structure. Snow Block remains one of the sets within Dro City. Their original main block was 64th and Ellis, which is also where the early Dro City alliance took shape. However, that is no longer Snow Block's primary location. Over time, they relocated, and younger members from TPG now operate on 64th and Ellis as their own separate set. We'll go deeper into how these internal shifts connect to the deaths of Crump and Kurt Mack later in the story, but understanding the history of Dro City and Mabu is key to following what happened next. Now back to the stage brawl in Davenport, Iowa. On stage that night were several major names from GBE, OTF, and Mabu. Chief Keef, Ballout, Lil Reese, Lil Durk, and King Louis were all present, along with their entourages who were there for security and support. The energy was already tense. During Durk's performance of This Ain't What You Want, just before Chief Keef was scheduled to take the stage, an altercation broke out between Ballout and King Louis. In the middle of the chaos, Ballout's chain, reportedly one that belonged to Soulja Boy, was snatched and thrown into the crowd. That moment ignited a full-blown brawl on stage. There's old footage of the fight circulating online, but it was recorded on an outdated phone, so the details are blurry. What is clear is that the situation escalated fast. Massive on-stage fights weren't unheard of during that era. Other artists like G Herbo and Lil Bibby were involved in similar concert altercations around that time. During this particular fight, Lil Durk, along with BayZoo and members of THF46, allegedly sided with Mabu, or at the very least did not step in to back up GBE. That didn't sit well with people closely aligned with Chief Keef, especially Lil Reese. After the show, rumors spread that Lil Reese confronted Durk backstage, and some even claimed Reese put his hands on Durk and choked him. Whether that actually happened remains unclear. When asked about it, Lil Reese initially responded with, "Leave it in the streets," before later publicly denying the allegation and calling it false. Some believe Reese downplayed the situation to protect Dirk's image and avoid escalating tensions between camps, especially at a time when Dirk's career was rising rapidly and public conflict could have damaged both personal and business relationships.
No, I been knew you was going on with Dirk. I was right there when you choked Dirk, nigga. You telling me I don't know what's going on.
Hey man, hey, I know you ain't that shit, man. I'm gonna get out with you. This my number, whatever.
One thing I do know is you will slap one of these niggas and you will choke one of these niggas like on Dro. I know that. I didn't so.
We know everything. We know, we gonna keep sitting in the streets with niggas, Shit, I ain't no shit, bro. I'm out here doing no BD.
Scared them.
I'm talking about that Newski nigga. I don't need no shirt. Like,
Man, don't.
His ass about to stop playing. His ass about to go back in the crib somewhere. I don't know.
He a hooper, boy. I was down there. He a hooper. He ain't.
Next thing you know, Reese like, nigga, what that chain that on BD jump over there and choke him. I'm like, damn. Choke a book out on him, coach. Bitch ass nigga, didn't I tell you? Next thing you know, my little brother like, hell no. My little brother, Dirk right there taking and choking like a Gino. You feel me? Taking that bitch. Like you would choke your bitch. He's like, come on, baby, don't choke him. So they choking the nigga, you feel me? So
The altercation in Davenport created real tension between GBE and OTF, and especially between GBE and Mabu. OTF seemed to be caught in the middle of it all. As the summer went on, figures like Rondo No. 9, J Money, Boss Top, D Roy, and others made their position clear with the phrase F Mabu, signaling that lines had officially been drawn. Exactly why Lil Durk and members of THF46 appeared to side with Mabu, or at least didn't back GBE in that moment, remains unclear. Some say it was personal loyalty, others believe it was politics. Either way, the alignment didn't last long. Durk and BayZoo, being the two leading figures, gradually began distancing themselves from Mabu, especially after OB600 made their stance public. Once that happened, the separation between OTF and Mabu became more noticeable. Over time, the relationship fully deteriorated. Not long after, Mabu began aligning more closely with 051 Young Money. Crump, in particular, started spending more time around Melly, something BayZoo clearly didn't tolerate for obvious reasons. However, that shift didn't fully take place until 2014, and we'll break that down in more detail later in the story. As for the chain that was snatched from Bullout, which reportedly belonged to Soulja Boy, it was taken by someone in the crowd and later posted on Facebook. The post allegedly taunted Soulja Boy to come retrieve it, adding fuel to the embarrassment and online drama. There are also rumors that Bullout put his hands on Durk during the chaos, but there's no clear proof of that. Like many stories from that era, some details remain speculation, blurred by conflicting accounts and street narratives. Just days after the incident involving Mubu and GBE in Davenport, Lil Durk was arrested and locked up in Cook County. That arrest would deepen the growing divide between OTF and GBE. The situation escalated further when Chief Keef refused to post Durk's bond. At the time, Keef was dealing with ongoing child support cases, and some people claimed that financial pressure was the reason he didn't bond Durk out. However, others argued that money wasn't the issue, pointing out that Keef had recently signed a major record deal and was financially secure. According to that perspective, the real reason stemmed from lingering tensions after the Davenport stage brawl. What followed was a series of robberies and shootings that intensified the rift. It was alleged that BayZoo and Rome from THF robbed Keef, which reportedly led Capo and Benji Glow to retaliate by firing shots at the six. Whether every detail is accurate remains debated, but the fallout was undeniable. As a result, most of Keef's camp distanced themselves from OTF and anyone strongly associated with it. This shift was significant, especially considering that many members had already tattooed OTF on their bodies during the height of the alliance. What once symbolized unity had now become a dividing line. Back to the timeline. Now we shift to a pivotal moment that permanently altered gang relations on Chicago's South Side, the murder of Pluto from Lamron/400D, which occurred only a week after BayZoo gunned down Big A from 051. Pluto's death created a deep fracture between Timb and several BD-aligned sets, including THF46, Lamron, O Block, 600, Tate Town, and Front Street. Pluto was a highly respected member of Lamron/400D and one of the closest friends of Lil Durk and Lil Reese. His killing marked the breaking point between Timb and Lamron. Before Pluto's death, Lamron and Timb had maintained a relatively friendly relationship. There had been growing tension, sneak dissing, minor robberies involving Timb and THF46, but nothing that had completely severed ties. The long-standing BD alliance across much of the South Side helped keep things stable. Many members from both sides still had personal relationships, and that history kept the peace intact despite underlying friction. But the incident we're about to cover changed everything. Pluto's murder didn't just add tension, it reshaped alliances and forced people to choose sides, shaking up relationships that had stood for years if not decades. According to reports, Pluto was in a car with Ivory and two other members when they allegedly either spotted 051 members, or were spotted by them, which led to a shootout. During the exchange of gunfire, Pluto was shot. Depending on who you ask, he was either accidentally hit in the back or intentionally targeted. After the shots were fired, the vehicle sped east on 93rd Street, swerving into oncoming traffic before crashing into a parked car, a light pole, and a tree. Pluto was rushed to the hospital but later died from his injuries. Ivory and the two other passengers were also hurt. They were taken to Christ Medical Center for treatment before being arrested and questioned. Ivory was ultimately charged with murder but later beat the case, even though crime lab reports found gunshot residue on his sweatshirt. Many initially believed Pluto's death was a tragic mistake during crossfire. However, rumors began spreading that Pluto had been shot in the back while sitting in the front seat, causing some to question whether it was truly accidental. The aftermath fueled tensions heavily. Sneak diss tracks and social media posts began circulating. Lil Reese tweeted, "I'm die for both sides for Pluto," signaling his stance. Lil Durk later rapped in Crossroads, "Pluto would still be alive if he ain't hung with strangers." a line many interpreted as suggesting the shooting wasn't purely accidental. After that song dropped, Courtney from Timb went on social media, saying Dirk was lucky to still be alive and that his time was coming. Other Timb members like Big Dre and Jidda also mocked Dirk publicly. The split deepened further when many from O Block and 600 began dropping the Y in Timb as a sign of disrespect. Timb responded with phrases like FOD and Obama is the real O, escalating the symbolic war. However, not everyone chose a side. Money Man from Timb and D-Rose remained neutral. After the Pluto incident and the fallout with Lamron and 600, Timb began sneak dissing O Block, 600, Lamron, and THF46, and the retaliation went both ways. This back and forth slowly broke down the alliances that had once held the Southside BD sets together. Tensions escalated when a series of robberies occurred between Timb and THF46, reportedly initiated by BayZoo. The final blow to the old alliances came when Timb formally aligned with 051 Young Money, a former rival. At that point, any lingering friendship or cooperation between Timb and the other sets was effectively over. According to 051 Melly, Kurt Mack played a key role in helping ease tensions between Timb and 051. He reportedly didn't want his nephews caught up in the conflict, and several family ties between Timb and 051 contributed to mending the rift. The main reason 051 initially had issues with Timb was Timb's alignment with BDs that 051 was actively at war with. BayZoo, however, never tolerated any friendship or alignment with 051. He made sure THF distanced themselves from Timb and applied pressure through shootings, robberies, and public statements like F-Timb. In a livestream with Melly, BayZoo explicitly said, "It's F-Timb since they hung with 051, demonstrating his intense and personal hatred for 051. There was no room for compromise in BayZoo's eyes, and any form of association with 051 was completely unacceptable."
Motherfucker on here that's from TYB, that's my cousin. That's not my homie. That's my cousin. That's my
man, fuck TYB, boy.
What I tell you about
they
that?
ass off too.
What I tell you about that, folks? We don't be saying fuck no dead and none of that shit, man.
Man, they ass fuck you, boy. They ass.
They ass. Did I tell you about that on your other live? We was on the phone with
look, man. They rocking with y'all against us, man. They rocking with y'all against us.
Hey, you see this finger? Watch your mouth.
Look at Courtney.
Don't make me upset. Watch your mouth.
Look at your cousin, Courtney.
He laughing. Hey, he can laugh.
Hey, look, niggas be so much of bitches on my son. Niggas are switch sides just so they ask.
Oh no, you can't call him no bitch. Oh, hey, no, you gonna keep real. You can't call him no bitch.
Man, I don't even know him.
Out of all of them, that's the one you can't.
I don't know none of them, bro. But Manny, that's it. I don't know none of them. Dookie and Manny. On phone them.
Yeah.
When a nigga switch sides, that's your niggas bitches. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. On card, nigga. If I get it on my block, hey, look, I'm gonna be a cool child still, nigga. I ain't finna switch sides on no gay ass shit. Fuck you talking about?
It was never no shooting and nothing.
Y'all high wise both sides, nigga. T-Boy be rocking with y'all. Fuck T-Boy be okay. Who like it, who don't like it, nigga. It is what it is.
You gonna watch your mouth.
Man, it's fuck everybody.
You gonna watch your mouth. You understand me? You gonna watch your mouth.
Look, I ain't incriminating myself in no type of way.
Hey, Hannah Bay.
Well, Hannah Bay. I don't fuck with you.
She gonna say some opposite. She real disrespectful.
I don't fuck with you, dude.
I know she don't. She won't give me no shot either.
You fucked a lot of my hoes while I was gone too, boy.
No, I didn't, bro.
You fucked a lot of my little bitches. Little stinking ass. Little dirty dick bitch.
Well, and that mean you nasty because you came home and fucked them bitches, so yours dirty.
Every hoe that I fucked before I went in, I ain't even touched it up at all.
Why you laugh for the internet? I understand. You right. I ain't touched them hoes either, though. You right.
I can't own my bullshit, man. I don't even know what the fuck you talking about, dude.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop lying, bro. Stop lying, bro. You see what he just told you, right?
TYB, that's it. Hey, look, bro, I ain't gonna do this with you, Courtney. I don't even know your ass, bro. Your ass with that shit, though. Y'all let TYB shit, boy. Y'all ass is jumping out wide. Money man get robbed by the block. Now y'all out wide both sides. Y'all some bitches. That's what y'all is to me. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. The internet one though, I'm gonna let them know. Niggas is bitches.
You lying now. You lying. I'm gonna tell you how everybody got cool when Kirk was here. You lying, bro. They still want to fuck with my people, boy. And I'm telling you for the next, Kirk did that. Everyone know they into with his nephew when he be down
Look,
there.
Man.
And I come
TYB was game once upon a time, man. That's what they was stuck with. If they got to a phone them, they supposed to be able to get into a phone them. Ain't no clicking up with no off, boy. That shit goofy.
As mentioned earlier, La Capone's death wasn't just a massive loss for 600, it impacted all their allies as well. While 600 was looking for payback, THF46 also had 051 in their sights, and the two sets coordinated to make a move. In March 2014, Lil Mark from 051 escalated tensions when he released a diss track called No Competition, a remix of Lil Durk's song. In the track, he dissed multiple deceased members from 600, OTF, and Lamron, including La Capone, and took shots at living members as well. He mocked fallen names like Baldy, Mosky, Daysky, Lil Rob, and Trix, while calling out D-Thang, OD, Kata, and others. The disrespect was blatant, and the track immediately stirred serious heat on the streets. At the same time, Lil Mark was already wanted for allegedly shooting THF's Twilla in the neck. Just 3 days after No Competition dropped, Mark and Lil Ant from 051 went out looking for THF members to retaliate against. They didn't find anyone, so Mark ended up waiting at a bus stop. That's when a van pulled up carrying D. Rose from 600, Twilla from THF, along with D. Roy and King Von. D. Rose fired the first shot, shattering the glass, and chaos erupted. Lil Ant managed to escape, but Mark wasn't so lucky. That same evening, around 6:30 p.m., the minivan, reportedly belonging to D. Rose, was found abandoned and set ablaze in the 3700 block of South Ellis Avenue. Investigators recovered multiple shell casings from various firearms at the scene. A witness reported seeing one person exit the van and begin shooting at Mark. Despite the speculation, it remains unclear his shots were ultimately fatal. Just days before his death, Lil Mark narrowly survived an earlier attempt on his life at the very same bus stop where he would later be killed. On that occasion, he was reportedly targeted by Roman Twilla from THF, along with King Von from a block, who all allegedly opened fire on him. THF celebrated heavily after Lil Mark's death. BayZoo and Lil Durk shared a strong friendship during this period, one built over years of trust and collaboration. In late 2014, After a breakthrough year musically, Lil Durk was arrested at his Orland Hills, Illinois apartment on charges of possession of a firearm by a felon. BayZoo from THF46 was also present in the apartment at the time, as authorities were targeting him in connection with the 2009 murder of Dominic from Dirty Low/Touch Money, who had been killed on July 5, 2009. Durk's arrest was essentially due to being in the same apartment as Zoo, and he was able to bond out fairly quickly. For BayZoo, however, the situation was far more serious, as he was facing a murder charge. After a lengthy legal battle, BayZoo was acquitted in 2017 due to lack of evidence. The same year King Von also successfully beat a murder charge. Zoo was ultimately released either in late 2017 or very early 2018, ending nearly 4 years of legal uncertainty. What's wild is that on January 13, 2015, Lil Durk was hit with a first-degree murder charge. The case traced back to his 2014 arrest, the same incident where BayZoo was picked up on a separate murder charge. The gun Durk had been caught with was sent to a crime lab, and the results tied it to a homicide from late May 2013. Durk was therefore charged with the first-degree murder of 30-year-old Shawnda Lawrence, who had been shot in the head on May 18, 2013, in Blockburna/JJ Gang territory. According to police reports, unidentified suspects opened fire from the train tracks east of Ryan Harris Park, targeting a group gathered for a repast. Officers found Shawnda fatally shot near a playground, with several others injured during the incident. Stain from Wagga World was later arrested in connection with the shooting, suggesting his involvement. As for Lil Durk, it's doubtful he had any direct role in the murder, and the charges against him were dropped relatively quickly. The shocking part is that BayZoo was also arrested and questioned for the same homicide. Investigators believed he was present during the shootout and may have even fired the fatal shots, which seems plausible given his proximity to the weapon at the time. If BayZoo was indeed involved in that murder, it would mean that between 2011 and 2013, he had caught 4 bodies, 2 of which were women, highlighting just how lethal and active he had been during that period. Zoo suffered heavy losses while awaiting trial for first-degree murder in Cook County. In late March 2015, he faced another heartbreaking blow. His close friend Chino from THF46 was gunned down on March 27. Chino was sitting in a car outside Stony Sub, a restaurant on the 8400 block of South Stony Island Avenue, around 1:50 a.m., simply trying to grab some food. A gunman approached the passenger side and opened fire, hitting Chino multiple times, right shoulder, right cheek, right chest, twice in the left chest, and once in the left upper arm. He was pronounced dead just minutes later, while the shooter walked northbound on Stony Island and disappeared from the scene. Just hours before the attack, Chino had attended a meeting with Chicago Bulls star Joakim Noah to discuss anti-violence initiatives. The day prior, he and Lil Durk, whom he managed through BayZoo, had visited Noah's downtown condo and were introduced to the Rock Your Drop campaign. They even took a group photo, later shared on Instagram. A moment of hope tragically cut short. Following Chino's death, Noah expressed his condolences, saying, "It's very sad. What's happening in this city is real. I signed up for this, and I'm doing everything I can to make a positive impact." We just have to keep fighting the good fight. Everything I do with my foundation comes from the heart. It's crucial that we don't turn our backs on anyone, he continued, reflecting on the loss. I had someone come to my house, and we were talking about working on projects for the kids, doing something positive. And then he was murdered. I've never experienced anything like that. My deepest respects go out to his family and friends. I just hope we can find a way to solve these issues. By now, it's widely known who killed Chino, the notorious shooter Melly from 051 Young Money. He didn't hesitate to boast, posting the next day, "Rest up Lil Mark, I told you I had you," with 2 wink emojis, referencing a promise to avenge Lil Mark's death. Weeks before the murder, Lil Durk reportedly ran into Melly at court. Melly claimed he was alone, while Durk had security. Durk tweeted, "Seen ops today at court, 15 deep, we were 4 deep. Walked out without a scratch." Melly fired back, insisting Durk was lying. Melly mocked Chino after the murder, calling him a Chino burger on Instagram Live, though Mubba Crump, Durk's former friend, also repeatedly taunted him online. Chino was targeted because he was a member of THF46, 051's biggest rival, and Lil Durk's manager. Tensions were heightened when Durk dropped a Finito remix days after promising Melly he wasn't involved in that line, angering Melly further. Speculation about Chino appearing in THFDP's bus stop video is false. It was released after his death. Afterward, Lil Durk hinted at retaliation in his song Guns and Money, rapping, "Word to Nusky Killer, word to Chino Killer, word to Mosky Killer, we know we gun kill you." The killing marked another sharp escalation in the ongoing conflict between 051 and THF46. Zoo was devastated when he learned Chino had been killed. They had been friends for over 10 years. The loss hit him hard, marking another painful chapter in the ongoing 051 versus THF46 conflict.
Hey, y'all got that order for Nooski? Chino burger. Chino burger. Yeah, y'all got it? Hey, right? Oh, thank you. Oh, Bill, what's up? Y'all with that OTF shit? Oh, man. Hey, this motherfucker bogus as hell, man. Y'all, this shit ain't done, man. Y'all done put this shit back on the grill, man. This shit disgusting, man. Get this shit together, man. For real, this shit bogus as hell.
You bring up your little gracious thing when you need your shit. Some motherfuckers remember what you did. Just like me a piece.
Yeah, Chino burger. That's what they said.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, my son just said Chino burger.
Damn, was that Buddha?
Soon after, another shooting erupted. BayZoo's stepson, Raheem, decided to target Melly. At the time, Raheem was only 14 or 15. He was not only BayZoo's stepson but also Duck's cousin, and Duck and Melly were close friends. Duck reportedly warned Raheem not to go through with it, but he ignored the warning. Raheem shot at Melly, hitting him in the foot and allegedly grazing his head. The headshot is said to have come from TP, who was present with Raheem. Melly survived, furious and ready to retaliate. Raheem had also shot Ario from 051 in the shoulder, so he should have expected revenge. 2 weeks later, Ario and Melly spotted Raheem in an alley. Raheem was killed on the spot. It's unclear who fired the fatal shots. Some say Melly, others say Ario, but both were present. Legally, Ario was charged with the murder, suggesting evidence pointed more toward him. Still, Melly is credited as well, either for participating or firing some of the shots himself. So now, Zoo had also lost his grandson as well while he was locked up. By the end, he and Raheem had developed a strong bond, but in the beginning, Raheem actually resented Zoo for being close to his mother and acting like a father figure. Over time, their relationship grew, and Raheem began to respect him. Of course, Zoo carried a heavy sense of guilt after Raheem's murder, feeling that he should have done more to prevent it. In 2016, the cycle of violence between 051 Young Money and THF46 showed no signs of slowing. Over the course of the year, 4 murders occurred. Some don't count Taiwan's death as a direct gang hit, but it was clearly fueled by the ongoing conflict between the two sides. The first major killing happened on June 10, 2016, when T. Berg from 051 Young Money was shot and killed in Englewood. He was walking on the 200 block of West Garfield Boulevard when Roman Tracy from THF46 allegedly approached, reportedly looking for ops. Around 8:45 p.m., according to Chicago police spokeswoman Officer Barry Lemon, the two men opened fire. T. Berg was struck multiple times and suffered numerous gunshot wounds. Emergency services rushed him to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, but he was pronounced dead at 10:35 p.m. No arrests were made in connection with T. Berg's murder, leaving Roman Tracy as alleged killers. Another 27-year-old man was also shot in the chest and leg during the incident but was stabilized after being transported to the hospital. The shooting drew attention on social media. In a live stream, Drilla from 051 and Tracy from THF46 were seen, with Tracy openly claiming T. Berg's body and yelling his name. Drilla reacted strongly, saying, "He's going to jail." Whether this was mere trash talk or something more serious will never be confirmed, but Drilla's reaction suggested he had some connection to the situation, even though he was only alleged in relation to the murder. In November 2016, 051 Melly struck again, this time targeting THF46. By this point, Melly had already earned a reputation as one of 051's most notorious shooters, known more for his street activity than for music. That month, the victim was Trayvon from THF46. The killing occurred on November 30th, around 8:05 p.m. on the 6800 block of South Cornell in South Shore. Trayvon, who also claimed Marvin World, lived just a few houses away from Melly on the 6400 block of South Ellis, in Snow Block territory. Police later found his body in a gangway, with gunshot wounds to the head and stomach. It's unclear whether Melly followed Trayvon from his home or intercepted him in Mall Town, an area where Melly had strong ties and often hung out. Rumors also suggest that TTB Nez may have been present during the hit. THF46 responded swiftly. On December 2, 2016, a shooting erupted in East Hyde Park. Sean Mack, a 33-year-old member of 051, was walking through a park on the 5400 block of South Cornell when Rome from THF46 allegedly pulled up behind him and opened fire. Reports indicate Rome was wearing a mask during the attack. The next major killing came in 2017, when Bobo from THF46 was targeted. Bobo, a high-ranking member of THF, had been locked up since 2015 on armed robbery and murder charges. In March 2017, he beat his case and was released from Cook County Jail. Just minutes after leaving, he was picked up by friends, and almost immediately ambushed. As their vehicle drove away, a white car pulled up carrying Rose, Uchi, KD, and Kurt Mack, who opened fire on Bobo's car. He was struck multiple times and died on the spot. During the chaos, the shooter's car ran a red light and crashed into another vehicle, forcing them to flee on foot. Bobo's attorney later said he had warned him to leave the neighborhood immediately upon release, but word of his freedom spread quickly. How the shooters found out remains unclear, though many believe the information was leaked. His death was a devastating blow to THF46 and escalated the ongoing conflict. For 051 Young Money, particularly Rose and Uchi, the hit was seen as a major score. Bobo had long been viewed as a serious street threat. The killing also hit Zoo hard, as he was still locked up at the time and had even shared time behind bars with Bobo before his release and immediate death. After Zoo was released from prison in late 2017 or early 2018, he wasn't exactly sure what to do next. Despite his freedom, it's likely he continued his street activities, sliding on enemies and letting off shots. But Zoo also wanted a change and saw an opportunity to make money through music, leveraging his connections. He got his start in rap with the help of Lil Durk and Buka 600. Zoo's first track came when he teamed up with King Von, who had also recently beaten a murder case. The song, Beat Dat Body, was actually written by Lil Durk and Buka 600. An interesting detail is that Von actually did not like the song and wanted Crazy Story to be his first release, but Zoo wanted to upload and release the song, so he did. Durk welcomed Zoo into his inner circle within OTF, and over time, BayZoo became an official OTF artist. Lil Durk had stumbled upon a brilliant formula, turning street figures into rap stars. And now, with the leader of THF46 and the leader of a block by his side, it was a win-win situation for everyone involved. Now we leave 2017 behind and enter 2018. In late May, THF46 and Lamron carried out a joint hit that took out Mubba Crump. Back in 2015, when Raheem was killed, his stepfather BayZoo had been locked up, facing a murder charge for the 2009 killing of Dominic from Touch Money. Now out, Zoo allegedly sought revenge by taking part in Crump's killing at a party, alongside Lil Steve from Lamron and a girl affiliated with 400 East Murder Drive. Melly, who reportedly had a bounty on his head, rumored to have been put out by Lil Durk, was also supposed to be at the party. BayZoo and the others had received word of the location, expecting to find Melly. But when they arrived, Melly was inside, and instead they spotted Crump, whom they shot and killed on the spot. Crump had been extremely close to Melly and was notorious for mocking fallen OTF members, especially Nusky and Chino. Lil Durk later hinted at Lil Steve being Crump's shooter in his track No Auto Durk with the line, "Can't have no Fay on your block as long as Steve out here." BayZoo has also confirmed that he was picked up and questioned by police about the murder. Zoo has mocked Crump heavily several times since his death.
Hey look, the nigga Crump woofing at me on the internet. Somebody smoke his ass, they come get me. You finna do the same shit.
By this point, Zoo had allegedly caught 4 or 5 bodies, with Bubba Crump being his biggest score, not just because of Crump's status as a well-known member, but also considering the personal history between the two. Their relationship had been complicated, full of past friendship, loyalty, and tension, making this particular killing a major turning point for Zoo. A year later, in January 2019, Zoo would be involved in another shooting that resulted in a death. On January 11, 2019, 28-year-old Laryl Dobbs went to answer a knock at his door in the 4600 block of South Drexel Boulevard. As he opened the door, 2 individuals with firearms kicked in, initiating the attack. During the incident, one of the attackers dropped their gun, while the other began firing with a second weapon, according to police reports. Dobbs was shot multiple times and later transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. The autopsy determined that the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the chest. At the scene, officers recovered 2 weapons used in the shooting. Laryl Dobbs, also known as Puta, was a member of Drex Side 047, a set that has since become extinct. The motive for targeting Puta remains unclear, but there is significant evidence to suggest that Zoo and his associates were attempting a robbery that went wrong, potentially due to one of the attackers dropping their weapon, which may have escalated the situation. During the attack, one of the individuals accompanying Zoo was Trebo, another member of THF46, who played a role in the events that unfolded that day. Zoo was arrested and questioned for the murder but was later released. A month later, in February 2019, another significant event would unfold which pretty much made Durk more famous than ever before. King Von and BayZoo had already had a significant influence on Lil Durk. It seemed like they were pulling Lil Durk more towards the drill music, dissing ops and rapping about killing people. It simply seemed like their behavior was contagious to Lil Durk. The incident I'm talking about is of course the attempted murder that Lil Durk, Hella Bands, King Von and BayZoo were involved in. The incident that led to the arrests took place on February 5, 2019, in Atlanta, Georgia. There are conflicting accounts about what exactly happened that night, but the first reports claim that King Von, Lil Durk, THF BayZoo, and Hella Bands, who was killed before he could stand trial, were outside the Varsity restaurant in Midtown Atlanta. According to news outlets, Von and Durk allegedly shot a man named Alexander multiple times and robbed him of $30,000. Investigators reported that 18 rounds were fired, with shell casings recovered from both the rifle and pistols. Alexander was armed as well, carrying a semi-automatic pistol, but dropped it while fleeing during the struggle. Police stated that surveillance footage showed Durk firing shots from inside a vehicle while Von was on foot, chasing and shooting at the victim. Alexander was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but ultimately survived. Witnesses to the incidents in Atlanta say that after the shooting, Lil Durk, King Von, and the rest sped away in a vehicle with a large 300 painted on the side. Multiple nearby surveillance cameras captured the entire incident from different angles. Durk and his legal team claim that Durk, Von, and Zoo acted in self-defense. According to them, Alexander was actually the one who started the fight and attempted to rob Von, Durk, and Zoo from the very beginning. I cannot confirm if that is exactly how the events unfolded, but Alexander later posted a picture on Instagram after being released from the hospital. In the picture, he was sitting in a Jeep with a caption that read, "I almost died to get one of these." On the day of the shooting, Lil Durk was reportedly driving around in his Jeep with the 300 logo clearly displayed on the side. Alexander is rumored to be a known scammer from Chicago and is also said to be a member of the Vice Lords from the east side of Chicago. It remains unknown whether Lil Durk, Von, and Zoo had any prior personal connection or history with Alexander before the incident occurred. After King Von had been held in county for nearly 2 months, the judge finally granted bond, $300,000 for King Von and $250,000 for Lil Durk, after a pastor testified in court and spoke in Lil Durk's favor. Following that testimony, both King Von and Lil Durk were released from Fulton County, Georgia. However, their release came with strict conditions that they were required to follow in order to remain out of jail. Zoo was released a while later. Once he was released, as mentioned earlier, Zoo stayed close to Durk and was essentially both a shooter and a personal protector for him. He continued making music here and there, but he wasn't taking it fully seriously at that point. After Von's death, Zoo had more room to step into the spotlight and was given a bigger opportunity to focus on music. Still, in 2022, he ran into major legal trouble again. He was arrested for an attempted murder in Atlanta and for unlawful use of a weapon in Chicago. He ultimately beat the Atlanta case, but he had to sit for about a year in Chicago before being released in February 2023. Since then, he has dropped a significant amount of music, some of it strong, some less so, but it's clear he was putting in effort. He also did numerous interviews and gained a noticeable level of fame. At the same time, he was involved in smaller conflicts, including issues with Memo and internal tensions with certain THF members like Billa or TP. For the most part, though, Zeus seemed focused on getting money and staying active. Personally, I would have expected him to be one of the last ones standing. I definitely didn't think he would be killed anytime soon.
I don't see no purpose in the county. Even sound like this.
Wow. Now we have come to the end of this video because we have reached the date when Zoo was gunned down. What happened was that BayZoo was gunned down around 3 p.m. on Saturday in a parking lot located in the 3100 block of South St. Louis Avenue, according to ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Zoo, 35, was standing in the lot with two other men, ages 39 and 42, when an armed suspect pulled up in an unknown vehicle and opened fire. ABC 7 reports that BayZoo was struck multiple times and rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in critical condition. The 39-year-old man was shot in the back, while the 42-year-old sustained gunshot wounds to the back, arms, and hip. Both of them were listed in fair condition at Mount Sinai. However, tragically, shortly after being transported to the hospital, Zoo was pronounced dead. His life could not be saved. There is no one in custody yet. The incident is still under investigation. There is a surveillance video that came out very quickly after the murder which very clearly shows what actually happened, and it matches pretty much exactly how the media described it. It is extremely graphic, which means I can't show it here on YouTube, but I will try to describe it in as much detail as possible. The footage is only a few seconds long, but the first thing you immediately see are 6 individuals in the parking lot. 2 people are standing next to a car with the hood open, appearing to be doing some kind of work. Another person is on the other side behind a small fence, also seemingly working. Then, there are 2 more people walking across the parking lot with a small cart carrying luggage. Just behind them comes BayZoo walking. Zoo appears to be completely lacking carefulness and awareness of his surroundings at this moment, holding his phone in his right hand with his face looking down at it. He doesn't notice at all that 2 men, one dressed in gray and one dressed in black, are running toward him, one armed with some type of rifle and the other with a handgun of unknown brand. You can immediately tell that they have Zoo locked in as their target as they run toward him. Zoo turns around, but he barely has time to blink before the shots rain down on him. He doesn't even have time to react or flee and is immediately sprayed with bullets. The gray-clad man with the rifle focuses primarily on Zoo and even stays a few seconds longer to continue shooting at him while he is lying on the ground, while the man dressed in black fires at the 2 witnesses walking across the lot. Little Village is a neighborhood in South Lawndale, which is a community area on the west side of Chicago. There are no known THF-related blocks near where he was murdered, which may also explain why he wasn't as careful. However, this is still Chicago, and it's still the west side, an area where THF46 are active and involved in ongoing wars. BVC allegedly killed TP from THF in February 2024, and just a month later THF retaliated by killing Man from BVC in March, and followed by allegedly killing Lil Deuce in September 2025. Because this murder happened out west, it is very possible that BVC, or their allies, were involved in the killing of THF's late leader, Zoo. If that turns out to be true, this war is likely to escalate dramatically. THF is an extremely violent gang that is known for winning most of their wars, including the one with 051 Young Money. The question now is whether they are a match for the West Side Sets, who are also known for being very violent, constantly retaliating, and never letting go or giving up. Zoo, the entire OTF camp, and Lil Durk himself are closely connected with several people out west. Durk has rapped his whole career about having hitters on the west side. He is also cousins with Cello Gang Smiley from TTU/Cali Mob, who Zoo was very close to. Another group that is being talked about a lot in connection to this situation is BTBG. And, to give myself a little credit, I was actually the first one to reveal that it was BTBG/BVC who allegedly killed THF last year. But why is THF even into it with BTBG/BVC in the first place? This whole thing reportedly started last year because of THF Omerta and Lil Law, who went on tour with Lil Zay and OTF. While on tour, they allegedly stole Lil Zay's watches and later trolled him for it, which made Lil Zay see red. It's believed that this incident is what led to TP being killed, although I personally think there might be more behind it, possibly a shooting or another murder that hasn't been made public. Lil Zay has spoken about this in interviews. Lil Zay has mocked TP multiple times and has even dissed Zoo after his death, calling him his favorite op. Clearly, there is a lot of bad blood in this very young conflict, and it's unclear who fully escalated it. What is known is that THF allegedly started it when they took Zay's watches, but whether BTBG/BVC escalated it from there by murdering TP in front of his children or if something else happened before that remains unknown. However, as I mentioned, for such a young conflict, the amount of bloodshed has already been extremely high, with allegedly 2 bodies on each side. First TP, then Man from BVC, then Lil Deuce from DMGFBC, and now BayZoo from THF. These are not small names either, and with every murder, the situation seems to escalate further, especially now that the leader of one of the gangs has been killed, and neither side appears to be backing down. It will be very interesting, and likely very dangerous, to see where this war goes and how it ends, if it ever does. In all the hysteria surrounding THF's conflict out west, many people forget that there is still a possibility that one of THF's older ops could be behind the murder, even if it's not particularly likely. A lot of dissing is going on right now on Instagram more than ever before, but that alone doesn't necessarily prove anything. Personally, I don't think it's very likely that 051 was behind the murder, but the possibility still exists. My opinion is that it was BTBG/BVC and that they followed him to the scene and then murdered him. Another very interesting thing to follow will be whether those responsible actually get caught. After a murder like this, it's also interesting to see which friends of BayZoo's opposition are paid homage to. As you all know, when a high-ranking member with rumored bodies under his belt dies, these rumors are often confirmed when friends honor their name on social media in connection with their killer's death. So far, I've seen 2 names honored in connection with Zoo's death: Big A from 051 Young Money and Mubba Crump from Snowblock. BayZoo hasn't just been dissed after his murder, he has also received an incredible amount of love from all corners. Everyone from his closest friends, like Duty Low, to major artists such as 21 Savage, has paid tribute to him. With that said, rest in peace BayZoo from THF46. there has most likely been retaliation for Zoo's death. THF has reportedly been sliding consistently and allegedly caught two of 051 Young Money's biggest members, Wu, Melly's brother, and Rilla, one of 051's founders. Wu was gunned down on December 28 in the 12,200 block of Western Avenue in Blue Island. Earlier that night, He had been at Tommy's Bar and Grill celebrating with his family, marking his father's return home after serving 20 years in prison. Videos from the evening show Wu happy, dancing, and enjoying the moment. After leaving the bar and walking toward his car, 2 gunmen reportedly ran up and opened fire, shooting him multiple times. The medical examiner later ruled his death a result of multiple gunshot wounds. It remains unknown who carried out the shooting, but there is strong speculation that THF was behind it as revenge for BayZoo's killing. Police did make an arrest following Wu's death, but not of the shooters. Instead, a woman was taken into custody for allegedly dropping Wu's location, which is believed to have enabled the attackers to find him. After the murder, THF members allegedly mocked Wu and 051 online and claimed the killing is get back for BayZoo, the late leader of THF46. Since Zoo's death, THF appears to have been on a violent streak. Just days ago, Rilla, considered one of 051's leaders, was also gunned down, allegedly by THF. Many believe Rilla's death marked THF's second or third act of retaliation in the ongoing conflict.
Yeah, we smoking on that Wu Melly. That Wu Melly. Say Wu Melly.
What is that?
No, it's nothing. It's not nothing. Just say Wu Melly.
Wu Melly.
Wu Melly.
Wu Melly.
Wu Melly.
What does it mean?
Wu Melly. Nah, Wu Melly is just a pronoun and a synonym.
Oh, okay.
It's Wu Melly. They not here no more.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll let you.
Yeah, Wu Melly it's Wu Melly, but Wu Melly not here no more. So they, man, that boy,
Hey.
you put the Wu and the Melly together. I promise you gonna have a great day.
I am, because I'm going to say Wu Melly all day long, and I'm going to remember you all day long too. Just
Yes,
because
ma'am.
you made me say it, not
Yes,
made
ma'am.
me, but
Yes,
had
ma'am.
me say it.
Yes, Wu Melly.
Oh my goodness.
It's important to note that it remains unknown whether 051 Young Money was actually responsible for Zoo's murder. However, if it's true that THF carried out the last 2 killings of prominent 051 members, both of whom were well known and respected, it strengthens speculation that 051 may have been involved in Zoo's death in some way. If 051 did play a role, this could mark the beginning of a prolonged cycle of retaliation from THF. Wu and Rilla were deeply respected and valued members of 051. For years, they had been both very active and both held a high rank within the set. Their death is not something 051 is likely to overlook. At the same time, 051 is almost certainly seeking revenge. The real question is how capable they are at this moment and how willing they are to escalate further. Because THF is clearly angry and shows no signs of backing down. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe. and may God bless you all. Let me know what you want to see next.